Welcome dear students for the second segment of grade 11 mathematics class of St. Peter's College, Colombo 4, Negombo branch. Today we are going to learn about quadratic equations, the second segment of the lesson quadratic equations, because in the very previous week we discussed how to solve a quadratic equation using the completing squares method. And today we are going to learn about how to solve a quadratic equation using the formula method. Right. So moving on to the formula, this formula you have to remember, you have to keep it by heart. Alright. That is x equals minus b plus or minus inside the square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. This is very easy in terms of solving because not like completing squares. There were many steps in completing squares, but in this lesson you don't need a lot of steps. Just take the values and you will substitute into the formula. Then you will get the final answer. Right. Let's move on to the very first equation. Solve the given quadratic equation by using the formula. So they have also given me the formula. Formula will not be given for the exam. So you have to remember. First step you have to do is, with the equation they have given you, write down ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. You cannot change the order of a, b and c. It has to go in the same order. Ax squared plus bx plus c. After that, you can find what is the value of a, what is the value of b, and what is the value of c. It is better if you can point them down. A equals b, b equals to 7, and c equals to 3, that is plus 3. Also you can see in the formula, since because you need a minus b also, find the value of minus b as well. Again, if I say, when you get the quadratic equation, it is easy if you write ax squared plus bx plus c on top of it. Then you get the value for a, for b, and for c separately. Alright? Get it like this. Since because in the formula you need to find the value of a minus b as well, it is easy for you to take b and take the opposite of it to this point. That is, if b is plus 7, minus b is minus 7. The opposite of both. Alright? Then, now I can go and apply it to the formula. When you apply it to the formula, then x equals minus b is minus 7 plus or minus square root b squared is 7 squared minus 4 into a value is 2, c value is 3, divide by 2a. The a value is 2. What I have done, instead of b's and a's and c's, I have substituted the respective values. Okay, so minus b is minus 7 plus or minus inside the square root 7 square, that is b square. B is 7, so 7 square minus 4 into a value is 2 into c value is 3. Divide by 2 times a value is 2. I have substituted all the values for a, b and c in the given formula. Then we take it as minus 7 plus or minus simplification. 7 square is 49 minus 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 3 is 24 over 2 times 2 is 4. Then that is minus 7 plus or minus square root 25 over 4. Now this is again not a difficult question because root 25 we already know there is 5. We know the value of square root 25. So if I take it here, now I can get the answer as minus 7 plus or minus 5 over 4. Because 25 root is 5. Okay. Now when you break it into two parts to get the answer, x will be minus 7 plus 5 over 4, or no, it has to be and x equals minus 5 minus 7 minus 5 over 4. Okay. Then that is going to be, here it is going to be minus 2 over 4 because minus 7 plus 5 is minus 2. Here the answer is going to be minus 12 over 4. Minus 7 minus 5 is minus 12. Then you will get two values for x. X equals, this is going to be minus half, that is minus 0.5, and no, here you will put or you will get x equals minus 3. Again, take the given quadratic equation, write ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0 on top of it. Get the values of a, b and c. It is easy if you find the value of minus b as well to the same situation, the opposite of the given value. Take the formula, substitute it properly. Minus b value, minus 7, plus or minus b squared, that is 7 squared, minus 4 into a is 2, into c is 3, divided by 2 into a value is 2. Substituted. Then minus 7 plus or minus 7 squared is 49, minus 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 3 is 24, divided by 2 times 2, that is 4. Then minus 7 plus or minus 49 minus 24 is 25 over 4. 25 we know it as 5, that is a perfect square, so we have taken it as 5. Then we break the values for x according to this sign. For one we take plus 5, for the other one we take minus 5, and then we simplify. Just like the previous lesson, completing squares also doing the same thing. We just break it into two parts and we find two answers for x. According to the question, that can change which answer we will select. Okay, this is the first question. We are moving to the next one. Right. Second question. So you have 4x squared minus 7x plus 2. A small thing that I forgot to tell you. In completing squares, you had to check whether this number is 1. In formula, there is no such rule. Whatever the number you have, you can put it. So that is why we say formula is easier. For any quadratic equation, you can use it easily. Alright. So same thing I'm going to do. I'm going to write ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Then a value is 4, b value is minus 7, c value is plus 2. Write it down. A equals to 4, b equals this time minus 7, and c is equal to plus 2. So like I said previously, since you have a minus b value here, take the value of minus b as well. That is going to be plus 7 this time, the opposite of this one. Then you can start applying it to the formula. Minus b is 7 plus or minus square root. B squared is minus 7 squared. Even though you put plus 7 here, you will get the same answer. But that is technically wrong if you put plus 7 here. Because b is minus 7. So you can't write this inside the bracket. You need to do the substitutions properly. You will get marks for that. 4 into a value is 4. Into c value is 2. Divide by, under that again 2a, that is 2 times. Here the a value is 4. Then 7 plus or minus, inside the square root, this is 49 minus 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 2 is 32, divided by 8. Then here 7 plus or minus, the square root value you will get is root 17 over 8. So last week we did a question like that, and I told you when you don't have a square root value, if you don't know, in the exam paper they will give it to you. Okay. In the exam paper, they have already now given to you that root 17 is 4.12. Now you can take that value, breaking into two parts. So x equals 7 plus root 17 over 8, or you can take x equals 7 minus root 17 over 8. Now, instead of the root 17 value, substitute 4.12 over 8. Same thing here, I will put it on top. X equals 7 minus root 17 over 8, that is 7 minus 4.12 over 8. So the final answers we can get, this is going to be 11.12 over 8, that is going to be 1 point. In 11 you have 1 8 times. For those who don't know how to divide this value, inside check for 11 first. For 11 there is 1 8, 3 remaining, give it to the next one. Inside 31 you have 3, that is for 24. Then again you have 7 remaining. For 72, you have 9. That is one answer. Next here, if you take 7 minus 4.1 to the other point that you go wrong is 7 is a whole number. So after 7 you have double zeros. When you are writing 4.12, you have to write in this order, or else what you do is you just subtract 4 from 7 and put the answer. That is wrong. So write the decimal first, then write the other decimal, then subtract. That is going to be 10 minus 2 is 8, 9 minus 1 is again 8, and then 7 minus 4, no, here is going to be 6, 6 minus 4 is 2. So 2.88, we will divide by 8, that means in 2 there are no 8 times, right? Then give the 2 to that 8, then 28, you have 3 for 24, 4 remaining, give it to the next one, then 48, the value is 6. So you have two answers, that is 1.39 and the other one is 0.36. Okay, same thing we have done. We have written the formula on top of the equation. We have written ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. We have written the values for a, b and c separately. We have taken the value for minus b separately, and we have gone in and substituted the values into the given formula. After that, accordingly, we have simplified the answer. Alright, next question and the last one. These are just forms of questions you can get. These are the general forms of questions. Even in the exam, very similar will be given. You have to form first. You can do it when you are doing the questions, right? So now if you look at the equation x squared plus 2x minus 1 equal to 0, you can even apply completing squares to this. Won't be a problem, big issue. But still, if you feel that you don't have to, because it is anyway 1, so you can apply completing squares also. But if the formula method is easier, just write ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Here, if there is no number, we know there is 1 here. Then a value is going to be 1, b value is going to be 2, c value is going to be minus 1. Also, minus b is going to be minus 2. Then take the answer. X equals minus b is minus 2 plus or minus square root b squared is 2 squared minus 4 into a into c is minus 1 this time. Divide by 2a, that is 2 times 1. Okay. Then the simplification. Then x equals minus 2 plus or minus inside the square root. 2 squared is 4. Minus into plus is minus. That minus into minus is plus. That is 4 plus 4 over 2. A little thing, if you get a negative value to this square root, you can't get a negative answer inside the square root. If you are getting a negative answer, that means you have done something wrong. There are negative roots, but it is not in your syllabus. We are not discussing about complex numbers. It is a complex number. So remember, inside the square root, you should always get a positive answer. Okay? Right. So then minus 2 plus or minus root 8 over 2. Now there is an issue. The issue is that you need root 8. You need the value for root 8, but you've been given the value for root 2. Now you have to see what should you do to keep root 2 inside. Then you will think, okay, 8 is there, I have to keep 2 inside. Okay, so which number should I multiply 2 with to get the value of 8? We all know that 2 times 4 is 8. And then what I have to do is, I have to break this into surds. I have to break this entire surd into a surd. Then what I do is, I take this 4 out. I can take 4 out as 2 because root 4 is 2. This 2 will remain inside. Now I can use this value. So in case if you cannot use this square root value to this point, you have to break it into surds. But don't write this step inside the order. Do it in a separate place. If you can write it, if you remember that very quickly, write it very quickly in the step. Okay. But in case if you do not remember it and if you want to go through the entire process, do it in a separate place. Don't do it inside the question. So this square root 8 I can write as root 4 times 2, take 4 out as 2, so that is going to be 2 root 2. Why I did it was, I need the value for square root 8 but I don't have it. I have root 2. Then minus 2 plus or minus 2 root 2 over 2. Okay. Now the other step. If you can divide this number and the number in front of the square root and from the denominator, think like this: 4 plus or minus 8 root 7 divided by 2. I can divide 4 by 2, 8 also by 2 I can divide. If so, if both the numbers can be divided, okay, if both the numbers can be divided, you can divide and keep the answer 2 plus 4 root 7. How come? 4 divided by 2 is 2 plus or minus 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay, you can keep the answer like that. If you have like this 6 plus or minus 3 root 3 divide, no, we'll take 6 plus or minus 3 over 3 root 3. Now you cannot cancel 3 and 3 because this is inside a square root. This is wrong. You can't cancel. Okay. These type of questions you cannot divide. You can't divide saying that this is 2 plus or minus root 3. This is wrong. You can't do it. Remember, if you want to divide any term, always both these terms, not the square root, but these two terms should be divisible by the down term. Okay. Therefore, this is fine in this question. So what I can do is, I can cancel them separately. 2 divided by 2 is 1 plus or minus 2 divided by 2 is 1, root 2 will remain. So that will break it into two parts, saying that x equals minus 1 plus root 2, or x equals, no, this is n, x equals minus 1 minus square root 2. Now you know the value of root 2, that is minus 1 plus 1.414, this is minus 1 minus 1.414, this is going to be 0.414, this is going to be minus 2.414. Okay, one last time I am going to explain it in the question. When you get the equation, write it down. Downwards, write ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Then find the value of a, find the value of b, find the value of c. Okay. Then you have been given 3 values. You have found it. Find the value of minus b as well. Then take x equals minus b value is minus 2 plus or minus inside the square root b square, that is 2 square minus 4 into 1 into y1, a is 1 into c, c is minus 1. Be careful about the signs or else your answer might change. The 2 square is 4, minus into minus is plus, 4 times 1 is 4 divided by 2. You got the answer. Next, the problem was, here you have root 8 but you are given root 2. Now you have to be careful. I can't keep 8, I have to keep 2 inside. To keep 2 inside, what should I do to form 8? You know that 8 is 4 times 2. Take 4 out as 2, that becomes 2 root 2. That 2 root 2 I applied here. If I can divide both these terms by the down term, I can cancel, and then I got this part, because here when you cancel this becomes 1. We don't put 1 in the denominator generally. We don't have to put it. So we take this part and then we divide into 2 parts. One is a plus, the other one is a minus, and then we take the final answer. Alright? Okay. So basically these are the 2 parts we have to learn under quadratic equations. In the exam, you can use any method. Right? Generally what they say is using the completing squares or any other method. Using the equation or formula or any other method. So you can use any method, but be careful, take the easiest one. Right? If you feel completing squares is easy, use it, that's fine. But if this is more easier, the formula, try to use that in the paper. Right. So that's all from this lesson this time. Quadratic equations is over. I will see you next time with another lesson. Till then, thank you and may God bless you.